What's up, everybody? We're back at the Z Casino, Blackhawk, Colorado, doing another system video. If you watched my last one, I just did the expanded Martingale on the double dozen. I'm going to be doing the expanded Martingale on a black and red or an even bet right now. So if you guys want to do it on even bets, this is going to be your segment. So I'll put the link in the description below for the other one. Other than that, we're moving on to the even bets, or red and black, odd or even, low or high. And for this one, looks like the red's on a hot streak right now, so I'm going to stick with the red. And what we're going to do is we're going to bet in sequences, and as if you watched the other video, I determined that I was going to do a sequence of 5. So our first level is going to be 5 bets. If we get ahead, if we win our first bet here, we're not going to start our progression until we get a loss. So we're going to bank all the units until we get our first loss, and then we're going to go for 5 rounds. We're going to keep score. If we get 3 wins, 2 losses, we'll be 3-2. We're going to move up to the 50-cent level and try to recoup those losses, those 2 losses at that level. And if we get 1 win and 1 loss, we'll move to $1 and try to get that win that way, and we can either start a regression from there or we can continue on. So looks like we get a loss right away, so we're entering right into the progression right off the rip. So we're 0-1, 0 wins, 1 loss, and we're just going to be rinsing and repeating. And it's basically a flat bet. You're giving yourself a lot of opportunities to get ahead via a flat bet, and if you don't, you're going to increase your bet to Martingale and make up for it, but you're only making up for the previous rounds that you lost, rather than getting caught up in the moment and having to martingale all of the units that you've lost all at once. You're kind of mitigating the risk amongst all different levels. So we'll see how this works out on the 50-50 bets. I have played this before. It's worked out well for me in the past. You can use this as a martingale recovery method. You don't have to use this as a standalone system. But basically, if you're going to do that, you're going to do the same thing that we're doing, but however many units you're down by martingaling, you're going to break them down and start all over and try to recoup your units that way. So once again, this is a tool that you can use to try to play or attack the wheel in different ways. And it looks like we get a 26 black, so that's 2 losses and 0 wins, and we're going to see what happens, and hopefully we can get 1 win at least. If not, then I guess we're going to be moving to the second level, and we'll get to demonstrate the system right away. Third bet on red. Let's keep it going. But yeah, I really like playing these systems, especially. Like I said, you're kind of mitigating the risk, spreading it out rather than assuming it all or taking it all in one load or one bet, and kind of praying that it works out for you. At least this way you get a little control. You can hit the gas, you can hit the brakes, you can regress, you can progress, you can modify this in a lot of ways. But the basic structure, and one of the other ways that you can do too is, let's say you get one right here we're at 3 losses and 0 wins. Let's see. Oh, so we get 3 losses and 1 win. So in this case, let's say that I didn't want to move on to the second level because I didn't feel comfortable yet. What I could do is I could extend it from a 5 bet level to a 10 bet level and hope to recoup some units flat betting, and eventually hopefully you go 5 and 5 and you can cancel out your what would have been a negative level if you went 2 and 3 or 1 and 3 or something like that, but you can catch up and then you can reset. So there's different ways you can stagger the progress, or you can regress or progress. It's all up to you. So all right, let's see what happens here. All right, so 2 losses, 1 win. We're gunning for it. Let's see if we can go 2 and 2 here. Red, red, red. Oh, it's a black, so that's all right. We have 1 win, 3 losses. And now if you wanted to, you could, if you want to enter your progression earlier, you could do that. So, I could go to the 50-cent level right now and say, hey, you know what? I got 1 win last time. I'm going to make up for the 3 losses. And if I get those 3 wins, then I've made all the units I originally intended to set out to do. You can also, like I said, you can extend the levels if you like, but we're just going to kind of play it for the first round. We're going to play it as intended. We're going to stick with the 5 steps. Right now is kind of a good example to show you what happens when things aren't going your way, because we're 1 win, 3 losses. So depending what happens here will determine what we're going to do. So let's see what the result is. Hopefully we get a red and we're 2 and 3 and we only have to recover 3 steps. But going 1 and 4 is not the most ideal result. I guess it's better than going 0 and 5. All right, look at that. So we're going to go 1 and 4, everybody. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to enter right into it. You know, if you were uncomfortable entering right into it, as I was saying before, you can extend your progression. So I'm 1 and 4 right now. I could say, hey, you know what? I'm going to modify that, and I'm going to go 10 units on the first level. So if I win the next 4 in a row, then I would be, or four in a row, then I would win 1 unit. If I won 3 in a row, I would be even on it. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter right into the progression.
Time is running out. Please press your button.
We'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens right here, but we're going to keep track once again. So we're in the second level of the expanded progression, and we are going for 4 units. So we're hoping to get 4 wins in a row, and that would cancel out everything. We would gain all of our units, and we would be at a 5-unit gain because we went at 5 levels. So our total will be sitting at 1125, assuming we get all of these. Which is not going to happen because we got a black right off the rip.
Winning number is 31, black R.
So now, keeping track of this, we're deviating, or we're not deviating, but you no longer need to keep track of 5 units because we're only going 4 spins. So we have 1 loss, we have 3 more spins to go. And we're going to repeat that. So 50 cents on the red. And unfortunately, for those that like to see the history here, you can take a look at it all the way down. But when we entered playing, there was a huge red streak going. I think 1 black had broken it up. But unfortunately, that trend is changing as we start, and that's usually what happens. That's my luck. So I should have had my girlfriend do the demonstration. I'm sure we'd be hitting every bet right now, all reds, but we'll see what happens. So once again, we're in the second level. We have 1 loss. We have 3 spins to go to determine what's going to happen in our third level, or if we need to go to a third level. If we get 3 wins in a row, I think we'll be ahead and we can reset our progression. Oh, and that's a 0. It's about time that showed up. So we're at 2 losses. And we have 2 more spins to go to determine where we're going to be. So we're going to see what happens there. And it looks like we're going to be heading to the third level or the dollar level no matter what. So for the people that like to see the action, here it is. It's going to happen really quick. For those that were hoping for success, this is what happens when the system doesn't go your way right away. So this is another real-world example of what happens when you play these systems in a real casino environment. And I'm shooting this all raw, unedited, 1 take. So whatever the result is, I'm posting it. If I lose all my money, you'll see it. If I win, you'll see it. So let's see what happens here. Let's get a good result. It hasn't gone our way yet, but like I said in the other video, you always want to maintain a positive attitude. So let's get that red here. Let's go 2 and 1. All right, we're getting abused. But that's all right because we're prepared. Our Martingale progression is going to make up for it. So once again, we're lucky we're doing an expanded Martingale because if you look over here, we'd be pretty hurt right now. Or we would have had to go to the 4th step twice. 5th step, actually, you know what? If we were only doing a 4th step, we would be wiped out. 5th step, we'd be wiped out. The 6 steppers would be okay. Actually, you know what? Yeah, 6 steppers would be okay if we get a red here, but we'll see what happens. So we're 0 and 3. And this is the fun part of the system, or the demonstration. This is where I get to do a little sweat here. So let's go. Let's get 1 unit of the 4. Don't do us dirty like that. But, you know, I guess statistically, when you get a bunch of reds like that, it's got to revert back to the mean and have a bunch of blacks, right? It would only be proper, so. But that's gambler's fallacy. That's not really science. That's just kind of playing fun with the history of a roulette wheel. Let's get that 1 win. All right, there we go. So we need 3 units at the dollar level to make up for all of our missed bets at level 1 and level 2. We're going to go ahead and do that for demonstration purposes. Another way you could deviate from the Martingale. You could go 75 cents here, because if I went 75 cents, I would still be ahead if you know, I got the 3 units. So, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick with the full Martingale, and we need 3 wins here to wipe it out. 2 might put us ahead if we get 2 wins here. 825, 925. No, it wouldn't put us ahead. So we're going to need all 3 at this point, and we're going to see what happens. Let's go. Good vibes.
Thank you.
Let's get those wins. 3 in a row. And if we get 3 in a row here, that would give us 4 wins in a row on the red. And for those that were martingaling the red, it would have worked out for you on the 6th round of that last spin. So something to keep in mind if you were martingaling 50-50 bets straight away. All right, there we go. So we're going to get the first one. We got 2 more to go. And once again, this is the fun of the system. And actually, you know what? I was wrong. If we do get the win here, we're going to be ahead by 1 unit. And, you know, for those that don't like risk, or you like to mitigate risk and you don't like to dig very deep, You could stop your progression and start all over. There's no harm in doing that. For those of you that are, you know, you like to go for it, you're gamblers and you just want to make that money and get all your units that you were set out to get, then you just continue your progression and you get 2 more here. But we're going to see what happens. That'll kind of dictate what we do. I'm really not sure what course of approach I want to take here because I do want to demonstrate the system a little bit more, but we're already in for 9 minutes and 35 seconds. And we're basically fighting for our original units. We haven't cleared a complete round of all our levels yet. So 2 more wins. Let's get it. Staying positive. Here comes more red. Oh, we get my favorite number, which is black, unfortunately. So
Winning number is
we're 1 to 1 of the 3 spin round, which is level 3.
Place your bets,
And so we're going to get it here, hopefully. Let's see what happens. But as you can see, if I would have got it on that last round, I would have been ahead by 25 cents, which is a small unit, but 1 unit. But now, if I get that win, I'll be at 925. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to hope for this win right here, and then I'm going to be going to level 4, which is going to be $2 bets. So let's see what happens here. Let's hope I can get it. At this point in the Martingale, I'm going to need all your positive vibes and your prayers for this to work out for me. So let's get it. Let's get a red. Go easy on me. And if you guys, I really appreciate all the support. If you guys would like and subscribe, it really supports the channel, helps it grow. And you know, I hope you guys are getting lots of value out of these demonstrations. Oh, we get a black. So now we got 2 rounds at $2. So we're gonna be risking $4 on level 4. And we'll see what happens here. We got $7.25 up top. And if not, then I mean, we're probably gonna be going to $4 each. So let's hope we can get 1 of these. We should be able to get 1 at least, right? Statistics would say we're due, or probabilities would say we're due. I mean, look at all these blacks. Come on. That's gambler's fallacy once again, but I just like to have fun with it. So, all right, let's get 2 units here at $2 each, 2 in a row. We got 2 blacks in a row. It's our turn to get 2 reds in a row. Let's get it. And I plan on going through all the different odds and the long odds, doing these expanded martingales so you guys can see how they work in a real casino environment. You know, we're going to do exactly how we did with the martingale. We're going to work our way all the way down. Let's get that red right here. Come on. Yes. All right, there we go. So that's the sweat. That's the fun of it. And as you can see, we're going to be back at 925. Now, this presents a good opportunity for me to explain another thing that you could deviate from what we're doing right now. And I may do it. If you don't want to take on as much risk, essentially right now, I could drop back down levels, and if I get a $1 win right here, then I'm good. So I could basically, you know, I'm going to do that to demonstrate the variations, because you guys would understand if I just kept going deeper, I'm entering into a martingale. And then essentially, if I go too deep at, you know, 1-to-1 martingale, I'm going to have to reset. So I'm going to deviate, and we're sitting at 925. We got we got our first spin in our 4th level, so we're going to drop back down. This is going to be the 3rd level, and we're going to try to get a unit right here. If we get this win, then we're ahead and we can reset all over again and try to get more units. But this kind of shows you the flexibility you have when playing something like this. You're not stuck straight martingaling. All right, and we're glad we dropped back down because that would have been more punishing. So that's going to be 29, so that's a black, so we get a loss there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue, I'm going to go with my, we're going to continue on level 3. So we lost the first spin, we got 4 more to go, and we're going to see if we can come out ahead in level 3. And if we do come out ahead, we're going to be ahead overall. And once again, we can reset our progression. We can decide where we want to go from there. There's a whole host of things that you can do depending on how you want to play or your playing style. So once again, I always say pick your poison. There's no one set way to play. You can play however you want, but trying to make this happen. So we lost the first one. We're going to try to get 4 off of level 3 and see if we can make it happen. Once again, this is kind of a way to mitigate some risk rather than just going for it, hitting the gas and going for the full martingale. So spin 2, level 3 after regressing. Oh, look at that. That was a favorable bounce. So looks like we get our red. So in the level 3, we're 2 to 2. We got 3 more spins to go. As you can see, we're back to that 925 mark. We're in for 10. So if we do get this, once again, we have the flexibility to drop back down. It gives us more attempts. And let's see if we can do that. Spin 3, level 3. Positive vibes. Let's get that hit. Let's get a red. We're due. We're due for a nice little run here. It's been a little while. If you take a look at the history, it's since the last run that we saw all the way back there, we've had 16 spins or so.
Thank you.
All right, let's get it. Once again, 3rd level, round 3. If we get the win, we can decide what we want to do. If we don't get the win, we have to continue on. Let's get that red. Oh, black. All right, so it wants us to continue.
The winning number is 29, black odd.
All right, so now we're on to, it is 1 win, 2 losses, and now we're going to need to go to the 4th step of the level 3. So we're going to repeat, and we're hoping for that win. Once again, it's going to put us at that even point, and we'll see what happens here. 1 to 2, hoping to be 2 to 2.
Time is running out. Please place
And once
your
again, it
bet.
offers you the flexibility to kind of decide if you want to move up to the level. You could regress too if you want to, if you're not
No
feeling
more
it.
bets. Thank you.
There's no harm in doing that. But we're 15 minutes in now, so as you can see, we haven't even completed a full round because we've been bouncing around, ping-ponging. All right, here we go. Get a red. 2-2. All right, there we go. All right, so that's going to put us at 2 to 2 for level 3, and we're hoping once again to get a win here, and then we can reset our progression. But after all that time of playing, we would have gained 1 unit, which is pretty sad. So kind of shows you the flaw in this system, but once again, it's a way to mitigate risk, not a way to turbocharge your wins necessarily. So something to keep in mind for people that, you know, if you're playing higher stakes or you don't want to risk a lot of money, this may be something you want to look at. But I wouldn't expect to gain a lot of money really quickly with this approach. And we need that red here. Looking at the history, a lot of blacks. Give us that back-to-back red. Let's go. Time to get it. 16 minutes in now. Let's get that red. All right, there we go. So after all that hard work, after all that math, going back and forth, trying to figure out what level we're on, how many bets we've won and lost, we're at 1025. But the important thing is it's not a loss. So that's the power of doing something like an expanded Martingale versus the straightforward hitting the gas Martingale, where you're just kind of at the mercy of whatever the roulette gods want to deal you that day. So I think I'm going to call it there. We're 16 minutes in. I don't know if I need to go over anything else, so I'm going to cash out. So we're in for 10. We're going to be out for 10.25. Not much of a gain, but we explored the different aspects of the system, went over the different dynamics. So like and subscribe. I appreciate all the support everyone's been showing. Once again, Z Casino, Blackhawk, Colorado, in for 10, out for 10.25. Stay tuned. I got more system videos coming. Until next time.